Hey everyone, welcome back to TeachQueenQ. Today we're going to learn a super important skill, and that's how to calculate the heart rate on an EKG strip. We'll cover two methods, the box method and the 6-second method. So by the end of this video, you'll be able to quickly and accurately figure out the heart rate every time. Let's get started. Before we jump in, let's do a quick review. Each heartbeat on an EKG strip has a P wave, a QRS complex, and a T wave. The QRS complex is the tallest spike, and it represents ventricular contraction. To calculate the heart rate, we're basically figuring out how many times the heart beats per minute. That's where the two methods come in. One is super fast for regular rhythms. The other works for any rhythm, even irregular ones. Let's start with the box method, also called the large box method. This works best for regular rhythms. The first step you're going to take is to count the number of large boxes between two consecutive QRS complexes. So let's review the big boxes and the little boxes. So the large boxes, let's go down here. This is a large box. All of that in there is a large box. So you'll count the number of large boxes between two consecutive QRS complexes. So remember, each large box is 0.20 seconds. And there are 5 small boxes inside each large box. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So if this is my starting point, okay, the next box is right here. Right. So that means this first one, the heart rate would be 300. 2 large boxes, the heart rate would be 150. 3 large boxes, the heart rate would be 100. Okay, 4 large boxes, the heart rate would be 75. And the beat goes on and on and on. Every time you calculate or you move to a large box, you divide 300 by that number. Okay, so I have each of the large boxes calculated out for you so that you understand how many numbers. Let me go ahead and write it. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so each large box equals something. So you can either memorize how many, what the heart rate is per large box, or you can do the actual math and divide it each time. Okay, so this is a wide view of the large box method. Okay, so you can either do the math and divide it each time, or you can memorize how many boxes and what the heart rate is. So let's look at another strip and see if we can calculate the heart rate. Okay, so I have another regular rhythm strip here, because remember the box method works best for regular rhythms, meaning that the QRSs are marching out consistently at the same pace. So let's calculate the big boxes in between each QRS. So let me find one that starts on a line here. So here's our start. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I look up here, I can tell that 4 large boxes in between 2 QRSs means this is a heart rate of 75. Or I could have divided 300 by 4 equals 75. So you can either remember to do the mental math every single time, or you can have a little cheat sheet ready. Okay, the next method we have is the 6-second method. It's perfect for irregular rhythms. So I took a little bit of time to march out the seconds. So remember, 5 large boxes equals 1 second. So we have 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Sorry, y'all. I'm just writing this real fast. 5 seconds and 6 seconds. All right, so we have 6 second strip. So on a standard EKG, 6 second equals 30 large boxes, which is what I just counted out. I just went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, put a little dot, and then I kept going until I got all the way to the end. So that was 30 large boxes to make the 60 seconds. So what you'll do is count the number of QRSs in between those 6 seconds. So this is my favorite method, and it's the fastest. The only downfall is you may or may not always have a 6 second strip. So if you don't, you aren't able to use this method, so you need to use the box method. The best part about the 6 second method is that because it's all here, it's laid out, the goal is to figure out how many beats per minute. And obviously there's 60 seconds in a minute. So whatever you get the heart rate equals however many QRSs, so number of QRS complexes, okay, times 10. So really simple math every single time, really simple math. So let me show you what that looks like on a regular strip. Okay, I have a 6 second strip here. I've already calculated all of this. I cut it up so that it was only 6 seconds, especially for this video. So let's count. So remember, with the 6 second method, all you do is count the number of QRS complexes and multiply by 10. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 QRS complexes. 7 times 10 is 70. So it's simple math, makes it really easy. You don't have to have a calculator. It's really easy. This is my favorite method because it takes away all the stress that the large box method has. Plus, this rhythm is irregular. This is a 6 second strip of a flutter. And remember, the large box method, it works best with regular rhythms. This flutter is not regular. As you can see right here, the spacing in between the QRS complexes is different from right here. So the 6 second method would be the best to help find the heart rate. Now let's look at another strip. All right, now I have a 6 second strip of AFib. Remember, AFib is irregular, so we're going to use the 6 second method to help us find the heart rate. So we just count the number of QRS complexes and multiply by 10. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that I can visibly see. So 10 times 10 equals 100. The heart rate on this one is 100. All right, another 6 second strip. This one is sinus Brady, and it does have what looks like a PAC. So this is perfect for the 6 second method because it's not regular. So let's calculate and multiply by 10. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 10 equals 50. Remember sinus Brady's qualifications. It has the P waves, has the regular rhythm for the most part. This PAC is an outlier, which means it's just something that happens every now and again. But for it to be sinus Brady, the heart rate needs to be less than 60. So 50 is less than 60, so this is sinus Brady. All right, let's do a quick recap. The box method, or large box method, however you want to call it, whatever you want to say. The box method is fast and easy, but it only works if the rhythm is regular. So regular rhythms. Okay. The 6 second method, which is where you have a 6 second strip. This works best for any rhythm. So any rhythm. Any rhythm. It can be regular or irregular, but it takes a little bit longer. The only reason why it takes longer is because you have to do a little bit more math, and you also need to figure out if it's 6 seconds, which could take some time. So I'm going to show you a strip that the large box method works for. So remember, large box method works for regular rhythms. And it works whenever you do not have a 6-second strip. So here is a great opportunity to use the large box method. This strip is actually 10 seconds long, so you can't use the 6-second method. You would actually have to use the 10-second method, which means however many QRS complexes you have to multiply by 6. That math isn't as easy, so that's why the large box method works on this one. For the 6-second method, you need any kind of rhythm. So that can be something that's irregular, but it's a 6-second strip. So this is a fib, and it's a 6-second strip. And this one right here is a flutter on a 6-second strip. So it can be used on a regular or irregular strip. Here's sinus Brady on a 6-second strip. Okay, just remember, you cannot use the 6-second method on a strip that is longer than 6 seconds. Unless you're going to take that longer than 6-second strip. So let's say I took this 10-second strip and I figured out how much 6 seconds is. So let's just pretend, and I calculated based on that. You can do that as well. But then that takes a lot longer. So you might as well just go ahead and count the boxes in between the QRS complexes instead of trying to figure out how much is 6 seconds on this strip. And that's it. 2 simple ways to calculate the heart rate. We have the box method and the 6-second method. So you need to practice with different strips until it becomes second nature for you. And you got this. I know you do. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a rhythm tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.